see there the full lineup. Two men to pick out are in lanes 6 and 7. It's Ludi Vaillant and Patrick Dobek. Both were very impressive with heat wins yesterday. And Dobek out in lane 6, and Vaillant already really starting to work very hard. Also on the outside, Campbell having a good first bend. Campbell's the first to rise over that hurdle, and Campbell is really streaking away around the back straight. Dobek now starting to claw back ground on McAllister on his outside, but at the moment Campbell out in lane 9, right tight against the boards, is doing extremely well at this stage. Vaillant and Dobek on the inside in 6 and 7, running very well, but Campbell coming into the home straight in the lead. 2 barriers to go. Now Vaillant starts to charge. Also Muller coming through very well. Vaillant, Campbell starting to tire now. Dobek finds another gear. Dobek the pole comes through to take victory in 48.88 unofficially, followed home by Vaillant, and then Campbell on the outside taking third from the looks of things. But Dobek, well, you can tell the decibel count has risen, and it's the first home win of this weekend. Confirmation of the final result, and Poland's Patrick Dobek wins in 48.87. So we have Wojciech Nowicki, the European champion, going into the circle. Well, leads the way with 76.33 in the first round. Nowicki having a very good season, the European leader. Suffered a few defeats this year, far from unbeaten. He's a very classy thrower. And that is a big, big throw. You can hear by the roar. That is a very good throw indeed. He's one of the big bankers for 12 points from the Poles. He's one of the reasons why the Poles think that they can challenge the defending champions, Germany.
And while you mentioned challenging, very briefly, let me intercept there as we wait for the result.
So 78.84.
As we take a look at the final results in the men's hammer.
Confirmation, 12 points to Poland with Wojciech Nowicki, 78.84. Quentin Migo, 76.70. 2 meters adrift, but takes 11 points for France.
I actually have to correct myself very quickly, because we said Katerina Stefanidi is out, but the rules actually state the winner does get more attempts if they're the only one remaining. So she will have one more attempt at 480, and I think she will line up shortly. But first of all, the man of the moment in the men's shot put, Mikhail Haratik. Again, close to that championship record from Tomasz Stanek in the men's shot put there. .21.83, and there goes the record. Mikhail Haratik in his second round improves on that first round in really absolutely incredible performance from the Pole. He is in very fine shape indeed. There we have the final results confirmed. Championship record 21.83 for Mikhail Haratik. 12 points for Poland, Stanek in second there, and as you mentioned, Frédéric Dager in third with 10 points for France, which are very important. Making it close there, Germany, you can see 9 points, and obviously Italy, who had moved ahead of Germany with 7 points. I think they might be even on points now, as there was only 2 points between the teams. But
2.5 points in it.
And shortly coming up as well there, you saw the women's 400-meter final is getting underway in just a few minutes as well. So several more finals here taking place, actually rolling in thick and fast. As one field event finishes, the next one starts. And track action continuing. Swiatek with a very good finish, so might not be the one first out the blocks. As Sprunger looks very good, has already made up some of the stagger. Also looking good is the Czech Vondrova in lane 8. Sprunger with a very long stride has made up some way on the Italian. Chigbolu looking good, but Swiatek coming strongly on the inside in lane 5 there. Very good running from the pole indeed. We can already see the crowd around us getting up on her feet, and Swiatek really not waiting around as she leads this field onto the home straight. Chigbolu in second coming through, Sprunger with her long stride coming through there, but no doubt about who is winning this race there is. It's Justyna Swiatek taking the win for Poland, Lea Sprunger in second, and I think Chigbolu might have held on there for third. 51-24 for Swiatek. Gets a hug from the mascot. An absolutely delight there for the reigning European champion. Final results in that women's 400 meters. Poland's Justyna Swiatek with the win over Switzerland's Lea Sprunger. Italy, France and Czech Republic all closely together. And a season's best there for Sweden's Mia Helmer in 8th.
Well, there we go. Big deep breath, and indeed France, well, they do have a 1.5 advantage over Poland after 22 events. Poland just a 1.5 in arrears. Italy 21 points back, third place with Germany, 169 points. And then switching our attention to the bottom of that table, Ukraine, Greece, Switzerland, Finland and Sweden. They're the teams in the relegation zone at the moment. Spain seem to have got themselves out of trouble, a good 30 points. Czech Republic just 1 point clear of Ukraine, though, at the bottom. So it's going to be very tight. We've got a fantastic battle over the course of the final day.
This is probably the loudest cheer we are hearing in this discus with Piotr Malakowski, the Pole, stalwart of Polish discus throwing for quite some time now in his last round effort. 61-21 to his name. He's cheering, it looks pretty good there too. And it looks like he's bettered Vierik's throw from that previous attempt as well. The crowd is on their feet cheering for Malakowski, and he could feel it already coming off his hand as he cheers at his own throw there. We are waiting for the mark to come up on the board, but I think it is quite the improvement for him there. 63.02 it comes up on my screen here, confirmed, and he has moved in the lead. So Poland currently in the lead, but Daniel Stahl, the Swede, who has thrown over 71 meters this year already. As we have the results confirmed, great last round throw there from Malakowski and Vierik to both move up. Daniel Stahl moves down in third. Falocci remained in fourth, and then it's Spain, Ukraine and Czech Republic all getting the main points, but really good final round there. And the last individual track final of the day already coming up. I feel this time's gone flying by, and it's certainly one that the host nation Poland could be deciding for themselves. On the inside, certainly a man to watch. Charlie de Valgrijs ran an absolutely storming race in Monaco, finished fourth at the Diamond League there and bettered his personal best by 3 seconds. I will go through the full lineup very shortly, but there, the men's 1500 meter final coming up now. As I said, from the inside out, Charlie de Valgrijs with the fastest personal best in this field, 30:30:62 he's run. Andreas Almgren for Sweden, Jonas Rinner for Finland, Tom Elmer, Switzerland, Marcin Lewandowski for Poland, I've already mentioned the defending champion here, Andreas Dimitrakis for Greece, Kevin Lopez for Spain, Oleg Kajavka for Ukraine, Matteo Spano for Italy, Jakub Halusa for the Czech Republic, and Amos Bertelsmeier for Germany, and Ravi Duka for France. So these are the men in this 1500 meter final. And there we can see Charlie Grice gone straight to the front to lead this field. 300 meters through in just over 50 seconds. Had a fantastic kick in that race in Monaco, Charlie Grice. The 25-year-old has made several international finals. And you can see there he's looking at the screen, seeing himself and how close is the field actually bunched up behind him. The Greek athlete on his shoulder, Andreas Dimitrakis. And there we have the training pair, Jakub Olusa and Marcin Lewandowski, shoulder and shoulder. Probably will have discussed team tactics before the race. The two have just been training in St. Moritz in Switzerland for the last few weeks at altitude, a very popular place. Not just with these guys, but Norwegians, the Ingebrigtsens, Americans regularly going there as well. And as you can see with the entire field very much bunched up together, some pushing and shoving going on there. Olusa's just making sure that he doesn't trip over the Greek. As the Spaniard now moves into the front, Kevin Lopez, 11-time Spanish champion at 800 meters. 1 European indoor medals. And very experienced runner indeed. The Spanish athlete. There we can see some more tripping. I think Olusa there getting caught out a little. And as you can see, the field still 12 athletes very closely together now. Charlie Grice moving up to the front again. And the French athlete on his shoulder as well. Still in the mix, Marcin Lewandowski, who has a very dangerous kick, had an incredible performance at the Oslo Dream Mile, and then went on to win the Street Mile in Boston just a few days later after barely any sleep. And there we can see now he's getting ready to make his move. But at the moment, before the final lap bell rings, it is Rabi Ducana of France leading the field. Charlie Grice there trying to make a move up on the shoulder of Lopez of Spain. And in fourth, Marcin Lewandowski, the home favourite, the poster boy of this championships, on Grice's shoulder. Now it's time to kick it. It's about to see who has the best spelling finish. Olusa in the past has shown form, but hasn't been racing that much this year already. But now Marcin Lewandowski leading the field with 200 meters to go. Charlie Grice still on his shoulder. Lopez still in the mix. Ducana as well. And the Swede also coming through, Andreas Almgren. Olusa now might have left a little too late, but Marcin Lewandowski, roared on by his home crowd, looks to be taking this, pulls away from Charlie Grice. Grice has Lopez on his shoulder. Olusa coming through in fourth, but it's Marcin Lewandowski, the Pole, who takes the win and 12 points for the Polish team.
And dare I say, the biggest cheer of the day, because he's very much a hometown hero, Marcin Lewandowski. As you rightly say, competes for the local club, born and bred in Bydgoszcz, and very much a very, very popular figure here. Spain disqualified and no points going to Lopez means that the Czech Republic move up to third, everybody else moves up a place. Nevertheless, doesn't affect the top two, and Marcin Lewandowski gets 12 points. Charlie Grice just behind him, 11 points. Poland and Great Britain, Northern Ireland, followed home by Czech Republic's Jakub Olusa.
Certainly the ones to watch here will be Piotr Lizek for the host nation. Has cleared 6 meters twice this year. Second attempt there for Piotr Lizek at 5:81, and he goes clear. So really in great shape earlier. As we said, I think there was just a slight issue. It might have even been the wind, because I can see our papers around us flying around a bit, and that of course drastically impacts the pole vaulters. But good height there for him. And I can also tell you that Renaud Lavillenie and Sverd Jakobsen both had first-time failures at this height. So,
but Wojciechowski just lives just down the road, so it's only a short bus ride away.
Still, here's the final results for this men's pole vault. Piotr Lizek taking 12 points. Good result there from Sweden, Sverd Jakobsen, and Renaud Lavillenie probably a little disappointed with only 10 points. As I said, has won this competition 5 times. Philippines is in fourth, and at the bottom it is quite interesting because Ukraine got a no height, which means the Czech Republic, who they've been battling with, finishing here in 6th, are actually making up quite a few points. So something to keep an eye on here as well.
So who's going to secure their place in the 800 metres? We've got all 12 nations shoehorned into 8 lanes. But, well, the favourite has to be Adam Schott, but may not have the race his own way. Well, it's often quite physical contest, especially when there's more than 8 runners in this race. 12 runners in this race, as with all events from 800 metres upwards, being run as a straight final. Schott immediately tries to steer his way out of trouble as they go through 200 metres. Coming round on the outside, Reuter of Germany, picking it the long way round. Jamie Webb tucked in, running in lane 2, but has clear sight of the lanes in front of him. Kramer at the moment on the inside. So it's Schott, Reuter, Webb is coming around the outside. Kotitsas. 53.58, so pretty good pace at this stage. And it's Kotitsas getting to the front now. Well, Kotitsas hasn't got many international credentials, but he's certainly giving this a go. Schott tracking him, Reuter, the tall German. Diariba coming round the long way is really starting to pick up the pace now. So it's the diminutive Spaniard, Diariba, who hits the front. And Schott struggling at the moment. He found himself just boxed slightly. Now he's trying to work his way out of the pack. Coming around the inside, 200 metres to go. He's got ground to make up on Diariba. Diariba at the front, really working very, very hard. Schott, though, has got all the tools in his armoury. And Schott just pulls away majestically to take 12 points for Poland. Jamie Webb, excellent run from the Briton, coming through for 11 points. And Diariba hangs on to take 10 points with 3rd place for Spain. Well, that's, in some respects, went to form. Schott, a man who's run 1:43.30, who's gone under 1:45 this year, and very much the crowd favourite, and he does rise to the occasion. Confirmation of the results, with Adam Schott winning in 1:46.97, Jamie Webb and Alvaro Diariba following him home for Great Britain and Spain, and Reuter of Germany taking 4th place, and of course 12 points to Poland. That will consolidate their lead at the top of the team standings.
And we move on straight to the next final on the track. The women's 1500 metres. The men's 1500 yesterday was a very exciting affair, won by Poland's Marcin Lewandowski, the home favourite. As we take a look here at the women's lineup, athletes to watch certainly. Another Pole, Sofia Enway, very accomplished runner. Jess Judd, quite an interesting athlete, very accomplished in the juniors, lining up for Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Natalia Przyczepa didn't look too good yesterday in the 800, but we'll take a look at the full lineup very shortly at these World Student Games. And there's a lot of competitors lining up here from that event. 12 athletes, all chasing those very important points for their teams. And you will see some pushing and shoving, I'm sure, as there we can already see the Greek athlete there struggling to find her spot, is now drifting a little. Jess Judd at the moment taking it out, and on the outside Marta Perez, the Spaniard, now picking up the pace a little. I think there was no one really who wanted to take the lead. Now it's Perez, Judd and the German Grantz leading this field. Anyway, in the middle, the Pole staying there, and on the outside the Italian also coming through, Zanoni. At the moment, still everyone's very close together. As we said, it's probably not going to be the fastest of races as tactics really play into part there. On the outside now, moving through, the Swiss athlete Delia Sklabas. Here we go, 400 meters and 67. Spaniard Perez still leading behind her grandson Judd. And on the inside also the French woman Elodie Normand in fourth. On her outside shoulder, Sofia Enouai, the small Polish figure. But it's still Perez leading the field.
Well, Perez likes to front run. We've seen this in a number of races. Of course, she's quite an accomplished international athlete. She's been to World Championships, World Indoor Championships, and made the final of last year's European Championships. Hasn't got the quickest of times, but this is a good tactic. Take the sting out of some of these runners, and especially the likes of Przyczepa or Sklabas, who've run already. Maybe Zanone, because Zanone, of course, is a fast finisher, better known as a 1500-meter runner. And 67, it's a good pace without being super fast.
But you mentioned Przyczepa there, and we can see here the Ukrainian still hanging quite back, and she looked like she was a bit boxed in earlier. Didn't look that strong yesterday in the 800. Jess Judd now taking over the tall Briton. You can see she's almost an entire head taller than the likes of Perez or Enouai, but now he's really picking up the pace. The field is stringing out a little. Enouai coming through on the outside now. Very similar tactics to her compatriot Bydgoszcz, but she will have to prove her kick there. Judd leading still. Perez now tiring a little from leading that field. Grants in third, but really good running there from Judd, who's been with that front pack. On the outside from the back, the Italian coming through, but really good performance there from Judd, who leads in that final lap. The field's now really strung out. Perez still on her shoulder, Grants there. Enouai in the mix still, and Przyczepa has now moved up behind the Polish athlete. In the top five are now moving away from the rest of the field a little. There's a little gap that's built up. To finish athlete now trying to close, but it's still Jess Judd leading from Marta Perez of Spain and Grant of Germany behind her. Enouai now coming through on the outside, the small pole. And Perez making another move there after leading for so long. You said she doesn't necessarily have a kick, but very good running there from the Spaniard. And on the outside now coming through, as we saw in that men's 800, Sofia Enouai cheered on by the Polish crowd. And a fantastic finish there also from the Finn on the outside, but it looks as though another victory could go to Poland. France now coming through for Germany, but it's Sofia Enouai for Poland, and the crowd very delighted with that performance, and another 12 points to the leaders, Poland, thanks to Sofia Enouai. 4:08.37 for the multiple European medalist. As we get the final results confirmed, and there we can see 12 points for Enouai for Poland. Grants looking very strong for Germany, and then Mäki there coming through strongly. Also, Koivisto season's best there for Finland. Perez faded a little after that tough front running. And at the bottom, we can see Greece and Switzerland.
So, the final action as far as the women are concerned here at the 8th European Athletics Team Championships. This is the Super League. Spain, Great Britain, France, Poland, Italy and Germany make up the 6 teams in this A final. With Justina Svertier-Satic on the final leg. And victory here will give them an unassailable lead leading into the men's 4x400 meters. As they settle down on the inside, it's Spain, Great Britain, France, Poland, Italy and Germany. Well, starting well, it's Bullmann on the outside for Germany. Also, as you might expect, Bydgoszcz of Poland, running well through the first half of this leg. Emily Diamond also having a very good run at this stage, getting right up on the shoulder of Carossier of France. Bydgoszcz coming into the far bend. Now up on the shoulder of Chigbolu and Pullman. Emily Diamond has made up a lot of ground for the Britain in lane 3. The Poles hand over first. Great Britain, Northern Ireland second, Italy third. Bydgoszcz has handed over to Anna Kielbasitska, who was in the individual 200 metres earlier. And we're seeing also Jodie Williams, second in the 200 metres, as we were talking about earlier in the programme. Starting to run a few 400 metres and has had a couple of good outings over one lap of the track for Britain. Closing down quickly now on Kielbasitska, the pole. Still very much in contention. Germany, thanks to Nelly Schmidt, and the Italians, Aya Foloronso, just rounding Schmidt and now bearing down on Britain and Poland. So Italy at this stage still very much in contention, but they have their two best runners on the first two legs, whereas the talent's more evenly spread out between Great Britain and Poland. On to the third leg, and it's Holland Kowalik of Poland, with Great Britain Zoe Clark leading the way. But Poland has such a strength in depth over 400 metres. Zoe Clark tearing away through the first 200 metres, but Holland Kowalik keeping pace with her now. Up on her shoulder as they come into the home straight. And it's the Poles just rounding Clark of Great Britain. Holland Kowalik now starting to just move away from the Britain. Italy still very much in contention thanks to Rebecca Borga. So the Poles hand over about 3 metres, 4 metres clear, with just one stint to come. And who would you have on the last leg? Well, Justyna Svajty-Ercetic, individual 400-metre winner. And now she's going to really pour it on to bring the Poles home. 3:29, the Ukrainians won the A final, and it looks as though she's going to be well inside that time at this stage. Still a fine battle behind her between Britain and Italy. Italy's Tevesian having a fine race. Great Britain's Jessica Turner battling with the Italians for second place, but running away from the rest, and a good 15 metres clear. Justyna Svajty-Ercetic brings the Poles home. 3:24.82. Britain takes second, Italy third. We'll give you confirmation of those times in just a moment. But not only do Poland win the women's 4x400 metres, that means that Poland are confirmed as the European team champions. Well, they've done well over the years. Third back in 2014, second 2 years ago, first this time. European leading time, 3:24.81 for the Poles. And behind them, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, Italy, Ukraine, the winners of the B final, taking fourth overall, Germany and France. That completes the top 6. 12 points go to Poland, with just one event still remaining. So Poland, well, be interesting to see how they do.
Here are the complete team standings after 40 events, 3 days of competition. Poland take the team title with 345 points. Germany still remain in silver, just 1 point ahead of France there in Italy, just by the narrowest of margins, missing out on that bronze medal. And I feel that they do deserve a medal still just after that relay performance.
Oh, well, Italy, a very fine performance indeed. No less than 6 wins over the course of the 3 days for Italy as well. And at the bottom end of the table, well, it's Czech Republic, Sweden, Greece, Finland and Switzerland that go down to the first league with the reformatting of the European Team Championships, and they'll be in the first league in 2021.